Welcome everyone to an analysis of Tim the Tatman's Jett gameplay on the map Split. We're going to be following it to really see if we can break down to the best of our ability what he does well to get god angles as Jett and take over the game, as well as what he does wrong and what he can improve on as Jett, so you guys can see his mistakes and implement all the fixes I'm going to be suggesting into your gameplay as soon as possible. This is, just to be clear, not only a specific Jett guide, this is going to be covering a ton of different Valorant topics, so if you're excited for that, like the video and subscribe as we're putting out content like this every single day, if not twice a day. And now let's get into it. Alright, so for the first round we're going to be looking at, it's currently 7-5, 135 in, and they're on offense pushing A on the map Split. Now, there's a couple plays that he makes. First off, I want to note that he got vision of the player up to the right here, so he does know that there's a player here. Does push out pretty fast right away, and I want to note that in general, in Valorant right now, I recommend you guys, if you want to try to practice your gunplay or just get better mechanically, that you push around corners pretty quickly. I've noticed that when that happens, and when I do it, I usually am playing a lot better, or the opponents on the other side will miss a lot of shots because they don't expect the fast push. On top of that, here we're going to see another example. He sees a player to the right pass quickly by, and then he makes a really nice read here where basically doesn't see the guy on the right, pinches the wall, right? You see how he moved to the right of the wall there? He went in through the entrance to the right, and because of that, the player on the right side didn't see him coming and instantly hits a one-shot headshot on Baktra to the left. Really good crosshair placement. And then finally, because he goes really quick, right? Whenever you push through quickly, if it works, it pays off hardcore. And so he gets another kill coming through the window and finally spots another player here, and I want to talk about this movement, right? So I'm going to slow it down so you guys can really see this. What I want to note is that he originally sees the player on the left here, and then he sort of fake goes back to the right. This movement is crucial here because a lot of players, when they see you even shift for a quarter of a second to the right, they assume you're going all the way around. That's basically what flickers in their head. And Tim, he fake backs. That's what we're going to call it. He fake backs here, right? Goes to the right of the box, actually shoots through it, doesn't do it, and you can see the player wasn't looking at all. He completely looked to the other side of the box, giving Tim an angle to eventually sneak out and win the gunfight. And yeah, that was basically the end of the round as someone else on his team picks up the last kill. Alright, getting into the next round, he's going to be running the Spectre, and it is important to note that he's playing Jett, and we're going to see a really important peek here that he uses to get a good angle of the general mid area of Split. So I highly recommend you guys take this area a lot. So he's going to go around to the right by the A-bomb, and you can go through the sewers. A lot of people don't know this for whatever reason, as almost no one ever takes this peek, and it's a massive advantage if you can come from two different angles coming through the mid site. And you know, obviously when he's playing Jett, you can boost on top of these boxes and get a major advantage here, right? A great peek over the top. And then finally upcoming here, we're going to see the best play of the round where him and his teammate make a double peek coming through this door, right? So they line up against the walls, holding both angles, and then they peek at the same exact time. He takes out the guy on the left, teammate on the right. Absolutely incredible play, and you guys should do that with your teammates as well. Whenever you're going through a doorway, make sure you go back to back and essentially check both angles. Getting into the next round, we're going to see the play I talked about last round where, you know, you come around the box, you jump up with Jett, and you secure the kill onto your opponent, and it really works super well. The guy actually didn't see him right off the bat, and because of it, he's holding a god angle, immediately pushes forward, which I do think is a bit risky actually. I don't think there is much of a need for him to push forward because he's creating a situation where his team can't necessarily back him up. However, it might catch his opponent off guard. Now moving on to here, he's just going to be holding the ropes for a little bit. Ropes are to his left, and he hears someone eventually climbing up, and he actually does make the call out to his teammate that, hey, there's someone over here, and ends up being actually Ninja, and eventually makes a god peek as well to catch his opponent off guard. And I actually really like this play where you don't necessarily hold the direct angle. I really like when you move back and forth a little bit, especially while walking. It kind of just gets you in this mindset of I'm ready to shoot. A lot of players, they stand in these corners, and sure, if you really catch someone off guard, it's a free kill, but often the person on the aggression is going to make the first shot. Alright, getting into the 16th round of the match, he has his knives here, and really I like the play that he makes once again, because if you guys know about Jett, essentially when you jump up in the air, right, when you use your updraft, you don't have that much delay. With a lot of weapons, every single weapon, you have quite a bit of a delay. If you dash forward, go up, doesn't really matter. However, with Jett, you have no delay whatsoever, so this box play even becomes better, right? He's done it, what, 3 rounds in a row? But that's the thing about Valorant. Just because you do something twice or 3 times in a row doesn't mean it's gonna work, especially if you have the proper angle, or in this case, you have god knives, and that's what we're gonna see here. Jumps up, perfect headshot to secure a kill on his two opponent, but I really, once again, I don't like that dash forward. I feel like it puts him in a generally bad spot. He had a chance to secure the kill onto the opponent in the room there, but overall, be very careful about dashing aggressively. I don't think that is generally what you want to do as Jett, especially not into an open area. I personally see Jett as more of a peek and then reset with your dash, not the other way around. Into the next round, he was making a long flank, and his entire team actually ended up getting picked off here. Now, when you are 2v1, it's very important that you generally slow play and make sure you try to create 1v1 scenarios. And he actually does that to start off the bat, and you're going to see a god-tier flick shot here. Really some incredible accuracy, a little bit of a flick of the wrist. And moving on, he makes actually a big mistake, which we're going to talk about. So, incredible headshot to take out the opponent Jett, but then moving forward here, he makes this really, there's no other way to put it, bad play. He dashes out the door. Now, there's a whole plethora of reasons why this, in my opinion, does not work. Not only is he putting himself in a situation where he can get shot from like 4 different angles if you just look at the map, but also he's completely wasting his dash. Obviously, he can't get 2 kills to reset it, and now if he wants to plant the bomb and the opponent surprises him, he can't reset with the dash, right? Can't get out of vision. To be fair, Tim actually acknowledges this later into the round when he ends up going down here, and really, I just think that he took a good angle to end this off, but if he had the dash, he would have been able to reset and get a better angle with his weapon. Yeah, almost a good angle here. I think he went out a little bit too early, didn't check enough angles, probably played it a bit too fast, was hoping for a god peek, didn't get it, goes down, and really, if he once again had the dash there, he could have at least reset and went for a headshot later on. And finally, only because I can't stress this enough, it literally, this just hurts my brain. He keeps doing this too. But like, I don't like this dash forward into this container here. If there's someone waiting for you, which likely there will be, you're absolutely dead. In fact, I think he sort of baits his entire team into that awful angle there, and they all die, literally an instant flawless. So if you are a Jett player, please do not bait your team with with your forward dash. It's kind of a GG. Once again here we have another knife round getting into the 20th round of the game, and he does once again go up, and I would like to say that I very much enjoy the adjustment he makes with his dash here. So you're gonna notice he goes into an angle, and also I'm a lot more of a fan of aggressive dashes if you have knives. Then it's an option, otherwise, as I said, hold off. But in this case, he doesn't go into the doorway, he sort of goes to the left and smoke the other angle, and then I don't know how he hit that knife shot there, but whatever. Incredible headshot. Moving on here, he actually does end up making a bit of a mistake. Instead of right-clicking with the knives to kill the person in close range, which is what you want to do. If you bump into someone, you want to right-click, not left-click, to shoot all your knives out at the same time. Once again, acknowledges this, and that's why I think Tim is generally known as a very good player. But overall, make sure if you guys are in close range fight as a Jett with knives, you go for the right-click, don't go for the headshot. It's generally unreliable in that case. And now to end off the video, you guys are going to like it down below to help support our channel. But now in all seriousness, we're going to see a great round where it's 12-11 in a pretty clutch situation, and they're pushing A, right? So his team is pushing A. If we look at the map here, the enemy team has a couple of options. They can shift through here to contest the A, they can go around the back, which is highly unlikely as it takes super long. If the spike gets planted, they're basically calling GG by taking the long route, as it's unlikely that they'll get the defuse. So basically B has 2 options in this case, or at least the main options that I see. They can either go through ropes, right, which is getting covered over here, or they can go through sewer, which is what Tim is covering, and I really like the play that he makes. Once again, he doesn't just wait in the corner. I prefer the fact that he goes for this jump peek here. In fact, I don't know if he knew exactly, but there was 2 players here. Gets a headshot on the one, beams the other, absolutely taking out them and ruining their chances of winning this game. And yeah, that's GG. 5-1 players now. Tim clutching up for the boys, and yeah, he hadn't had a great game up until this point, but I think there's a lot of plays and fixes he can make to actually improve his gameplay quite a lot, and hopefully you guys have learned a ton from this VOD analysis, whether or not it's about Jett gameplay, the angles on split, and so much more. But if you guys want to see more of these VOD analysis, not only should you let me know in the comment section down below, as well as liking the video, but you also should subscribe to stay around, as we're going to be posting a lot of content just like this video, so we can learn Valorant together and really just progress at this game as fast as possible. I've been having a blast. Hopefully you are as well, or I mean, if you don't have a beta key, you get it soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.